Hey guys, I'm Desiree,
Hi guys, I'm Genesis.
And I'm Brianna.
and this is Outfacing Us, the podcast. We're going to be talking about
How our thoughts create our reality or paint our reality. Whichever one fits better, whatever one makes you feel better. But yeah. I actually, this one kind of feels right, this topic for me right now, only because today has been so hard, like so hard to remain positive. Not that every day isn't, but today, like, it was a little bit
Especially.
extra hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's all about just, it's like a continuous, like, reminder, like, continuously you have to remind yourself, even if it's just with one simple thing. Like, for example, today, I started my day late. Like, I like to wake up early, work out, all that stuff. I kind of started at like, I woke up at 3 today in the afternoon. Yeah.
It's
So
okay. We've all been there.
right. So even though I started my day late, I just kept telling myself, like, it's okay, like, you got this, you got this, you got this. So that's what was going through my head all day. I don't know if you guys have different things that go through your head to keep you positive.
I especially like to write affirmations, which Desiree actually got me really big on. And I like to say them over and over and over again. And it's so hard because it seems as if, like, the universe picks up all of the negative things you say and, like, kind of skips away all the positive things sometimes, obviously, when you're feeling your worst. So it's just so important to continue to remind yourself that you are worthy, you are enough, and you're good. So I think that's definitely the hard part about this whole topic and the whole are your thoughts paint your reality, which is kind of tough to always remind yourself.
Um, when you say the universe is always going to pick up on what you believe in
What you
most.
believe in. Exactly, yeah.
So when you say, like, you can say all these things, but if you don't believe in them, bro, like, you're not gonna see any type of progress. And I am a big, like I am a big representation of that, because I don't know if Desiree remembers, but at first I was doing everything right. Like, I was working out, I was waking up early, going on my walks, but I still did not see any progress within how I felt within myself. And it was because I wasn't doing it for myself. I was still doing it for other people. I wasn't believing in myself. I was just doing it because I thought the action meant more than actually believing I am that person.
and that's what actually most people think. That most people think if they wake up early, they work out, they do this, they do that, and that's a part of it, but the biggest thing is your mindset. Like if your mindset's not right, if your inner is not right, like nothing is going to be right.
And
Nothing. If you don't start to change up what you're how you're feeling, like what you're thinking on a regular basis, nothing's going to change.
yeah, that's something I really learned like very recently was that mindset is 80% of success. Think about that. You can be doing all the stuff you have to do. You have to be studying, you could be working out and all this stuff, but if your mindset doesn't change toward these goals, you're never going to see it within yourself. And that's why I think this topic is so important.
And that's why you see so many rich people who are literally down bad. Like, because it's like, yeah, you can possess all these things, but what does it mean to possess all these things when literally you either A, don't believe you can have them, or B, you're not happy within yourself with them. So does it really mean anything? Like, does it really mean anything that I can get all this materialistic stuff and still not be happy?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah, most definitely.
Biggest thing for me for like these past like couple 3 weeks and stuff, I've been really like trying to like change my my beliefs altogether, which do paint my reality. Like I always feel like I'm going for something, and then I'm always set back. Like, and I always feel like that it's a constant. Like I'm always working towards something, and then I always stop working towards something. I always stop, and I've come to realize that it's me not feeling like I deserve it, or like I could do it by myself.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even you saying it, but it's just this voice in the back of your mind that's like thinking all these negative
It's
things.
your belief. It's like you always think that, so it's like hard to change it. And then sometimes when you're not realizing that those things are affecting you, because sometimes we think about, oh, these people are still poor, these people are still where they're at, and they're always talking about how they're gonna change, how they're gonna change. It's harder than it looks. It's harder than what people think it is. Like you you really can't change without constant persistence, like going over it, going
Discipline.
over it, going over it, and going over it, and going over it. And people don't realize how hard it is to keep going over something when it's like, damn, this is what
It's
I've been
not
thinking my
happening.
whole life.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not happening fast enough. And it's like, which one are you gonna choose? Like, do you want it to be harder to get there? Do you want to not get there at all?
Period. Period. No, yeah, definitely. Like I said earlier, it's a battle, and I think that's where the depression comes in. That's where the sadness
Yes.
comes in. That's where the I want to be alone comes in. Oh my God, like I'm so glad we got to this point, because I feel like being now that person who stuff like that affects me in that way, where I want to be alone, I don't want to talk, I don't like, I get sad, I can understand why other people do it. Like I used to be the type that's like, oh, how can you ignore your friends even when you feel this way and you feel that way? Like I would never do that.
No,
I would never do that. Never say never. Literally never say never, because if I'm working towards something, and it could just be something as that seems so simple to other people, like changing your mindset seems so simple to other people, and it seems like it doesn't matter. Like I can tell somebody, hey, I didn't answer your call because I was feeling sad, and they'll literally think I'm the rudest person ever. But I don't think people understand how much an emotion like that, for someone who is aware of themselves, could affect them. Like me being sad affects me, because it's like, okay, why am I sad?
I'm
I don't
sad.
want to be
trying to
sad.
get to the root of the problem, and it's just like
Exactly.
so tiring. It's
And
very
I'm not that, and I'm honestly, and I don't think either of us are now, that we're not that person that's going to ignore that just to please you or just to
No.
pick up your call. I'm sorry, but I
Yeah,
won't do it.
that's something I've learned, and I have dropped so many, like, I have distanced myself from so many people in my life, and I plan to like get closer to them again, but I don't know. I was a person that I didn't like to be around them. I was a person who was just always negative, not believing in myself enough. Like just I created this story while I was around these people, so it was easy for me to stay stuck. I needed to remove myself from the situation to order to be like, okay, like this is the problem. This is the problem, because most of the time it's not the people. It's just you already are used to a certain thing. You're used to talking a certain way with these people. Like you talk to your friends and you're like, oh, I want to do this and I can't just get it, blah, 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 blah. And like those are things that you need to step away from, because complaining about your life 24/7 is just not. It's just
Literally,
not going to get anywhere.
and that's your thoughts, and those are kind of like your thoughts, and that's why I'm saying, like, for people, when you explain to them, like, hey, like I stopped talking to you because of what you just said, like it was too easy to remain in that energy, they look at it and they laugh, and it's annoying, because it's like, and then on top of that, when they look at it and they laugh, it makes me not want to explain it to you, because why am I going to explain something to you that you're only going to see from your perspective, you're only going to see from your understanding of it? And I just, I just don't have the, like, I'm already sad, I don't have the time to sit and explain to you why I'm sad or why I'm not picking up your call, when
Especially when you're a person who sees both ways,
exactly,
who looks at
who's
every
so
angle.
open-minded. It just annoys you, and it's just like, why even bother?
so understanding that, but
It's a curse, honestly, to be so
literally,
It's both a
understanding.
gift
literally,
and a curse.
actually, though,
Literally.
like it's insane. And if more people were more aware of themselves, there wouldn't be that conflict that I'm talking about. There wouldn't be that, because they would be able to understand that, hey, this person isn't ignoring me, it's not because of something I did. It's them. They need it's something they need to work through.
People don't realize that stepping back and like it's basically saving yourself. Stepping back from all these people, like all these, like everyone who's brought negative energy towards me, who I felt were like bringing negative a little bit to my life or whatever the case was. They don't realize that stepping back is not, it's not you. Stepping back is to save me. It's to fix me. It's to see what problems I'm dealing with. It's to see what do I have to change, because me staying around the same people over and over again, I'm comfortable. I'm too comfortable. And you have to be uncomfortable to get to where you need to be.
And that's so cool that you have, like, because I've seen that you don't let people do that to you. I'm still in the midst of learning how to let people know that, like, just let people distance myself away from people. And it's so hard because it's like, dang, but what if they think this? And what if they are sad by it and all this stuff? But it has to come to a point where you have to pick between them and yourself. And it has to be you every single time.
Yeah.
And that is a big part of learning how not to let your thoughts create your reality, because once you set that boundary, now you're out of that negative space. Now you're allowing yourself to try and train your mind of those positive things that you want to see be created. So that's why I even mentioned that, because I feel like a big part of why a lot of people don't receive the things they want is because they stay in those cliques, in those groups, with that person, in that relationship,
in that mindset.
Exactly.
You have to step up. If you want to become the person you want to be, you have to step away from the old person you are. I don't want to be that person anymore. Let me step back from who that person is, who that person defines themselves with. I don't want to be associated with that person, not that person, like the people, but yourself, your old self. Like, I don't want to be associated
with
that.
And that comes along with all of the things I used to do, all of the people you hanged around with who didn't feel right.
And it doesn't mean that those people are gone forever. It just means that they're gonna be gone until you're mentally strong enough to be around them and they don't affect you at all.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's currently what I'm working on. It's not that I hope my friends do listen to this, because this is something that, I mean, I could text you, I could call you and tell you this, but I feel like indirectly like this is better. And the fact that both of you agree with me and both of you are able to explain it from a different perspective is better, because it's like, it's not you, it's never been you. And it doesn't mean that I'm leaving your life forever. It doesn't mean I'm cutting communication forever, but it's for the time being, so that I can recollect myself.
Yep.
So I can grow, so I can see who I am by myself, literally. Because we don't tend to realize how much other people around us affect our inner, like you need to listen. It's like you need to step back and really listen to yourself, listen to what you want. What do you want? What do you need? Like, we don't really take the time to ever do that. And I don't think a lot of these people in this world don't take the time to do that. And that's why they really don't get to where they need to be or what they want to do, because they never step back and like, I don't want to be this person anymore. What do I need to do to become this person? What thoughts do I need to get rid of to become this person? What thoughts do I need to be thinking to be this person, to be that person, to be who I need to be?
And that is choosing your heart. That is choosing yourself over everyone else. And although both are hard, because even when you do distance yourself from the old person you were, you still have to build yourself back up. Because now you're stepping out of the person, the negativity that you used to soak in and be comfortable in. And now you have to build yourself back up. And that's where our thoughts paint our reality. Now you have to think all of these amazing things. And you have to, I don't want to say manifest, but manifest. Put everything that you want, list out all the traits and all of the things you want to have, and speak it into existence. Make it happen for yourself.
And if we're like honestly talking, that's where the spirituality part of this comes in. It's so much more than just writing down on a piece of paper everything you want. Like, that's the hard part. The hard part is waking up every morning and having to see yourself as this person that you 2 days ago did not see yourself in the mirror. that your whole life, my whole 17 years of existence, I did not see myself as this person, but tomorrow I want to wake up and see myself as another person.
Oh, a person you didn't even think you could become.
So that's the hard part. That's the part that makes you, like I said, the depression and the isolation. That's what it is. It's so much more than just getting up and writing in your notebook every day.
Yeah.
It's
And
being
little,
go ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say, little do you guys know that it affects everything, like love life, like
Everything.
work, everything you do.
Exactly, everything. I was just about to get at that. I can be at work and be in an empty headspace, like there's no customers, no nothing, and I need to still be on top of my thinking that I am that it girl. Still at work, like, you know what I mean? It's constant. Before you go to sleep, while you're eating, while you're showering, everything you're doing, and that's where the like the battle between yourselves like come in. Like that's where that inner battle, because someone can act for example, you're in a relationship and someone acts a certain way to you, boom, your instant thought is to go back to how you were thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's
thought,
when things get worse. And I could tell you from experience from this past 2 weeks that's literally been showing up.
Exactly. And it's like instantly that's where your thought, that I feel like that is the hardest part, seeing how other people react towards you, and I mean seeing how people treat you and your reaction.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hard. Yes. Changing your reaction, not just your reaction but your thoughts.
Yes.
And it's so hard because it's so easy to just go back to yourself because you find comfort in it, and you like to soak in your sadness, and you like to soak in all of the traits that you hate about yourself. And it's so hard to be like, hey, you know what? I'm pretty and I'm cool and I'm all this, when you're in such a deep place in your life and you're like, but that's not true. It's not. And it's so hard. It's really hard. But that is when your thoughts paint your reality, because now it's going to continue to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks.
And that's when the healing comes in. That's when you figure out how and why and what do I have to do and this and that and what makes me think like this and what makes me think like that and how can I stop it? Like, it's so hard. Like, it's so hard, and people don't realize how hard it is until you're in it and you're trying to do it.
Exactly. And you'll tell people this, and like I said, they will just think you're annoying, you're a bad person, you're rude, and you don't want anyone in your life. You just want to be a loner. That's what their perception of it is.
No, I'm trying to control how I could speak to you.
Exactly.
How I react to you.
I'm trying to fix myself so that I'm a more positive person towards you. You're just trying to fix your aura, everything about yourself, and it's not always about that other person.
Mm-hmm. It's never about that other person.
It's never about you.
It is never about you ever.
Just like them getting offended, it isn't really about you. It isn't really. It's about how you made them feel. It's about they feel abandoned, they feel unworthy, they feel whatever the case is.
And you know what? It's vice versa, because my reaction towards how you're acting towards me is not about you
at all. Mm-hmm. And that's when you need to step back and say,
and that's when I need to step back.
Me. I need me. I need to retreat to me, because I'm lashing out right now. I'm acting in a way I don't want to act.
Projecting.
And
you just have to learn how to choose yourself each and every time.
Choose yourself each and every time, and choose the version of yourself that you want to be each and every time.
Yep.
During this podcast, you are literally going to see us transform into the people we genuinely want to be. Like, this is just the beginning.
And trust me when I tell you that none of our lives are figured out, and we're not perfect, and we're going through this stuff. And
another thing I want to mention is we are not sitting here. This is not a how-to.
No, definitely not.
No, sorry. But if that's what you're looking for, you can go ahead and search that up on YouTube, because we are not.
Yeah, no.
That. This is just our takes on it. It's kind of like a documentary at the same time.
Right. This is like us learning and then telling you guys how it's going.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's happening.
This is a safe space basically for you guys to be able to speak, because I know there's a lot of people who think this way that just don't know people who
Understand them.
Well.
who understand them. Exactly.
Everyone in this world just wants to be understood. And I think that we are at least trying, and we're hoping that this can become that for a lot of people, because I know Desiree, for one, out of all three of us, is the one who could vouch for that, not being understood. And I know that probably sucks. Even
And
though
as much as this is for you guys, like, of course, we want you guys to feel safe and all this stuff. This podcast is also helping us in our mental health and our mindset and all of that stuff. This is helping us so much, which is why we started in the first place. And the fact that it can help you, like the thought of it helping other people just like us, is so amazing. Which
And
is why we're here.
the thing is we have these conversations amongst ourselves.
Within ourselves, yeah.
Constantly.
all the time.
And nobody knows us. And sometimes we're just like, dang, like, this needs to be broadcasted out to the world. Like, people need to know and understand, like, this whole concept.
Yeah, like, and the fact that you're heard, you're seen, you're spoken to, like, and that's how I feel every time I speak to my cousins. I always feel heard, seen, like, wanted, loved, cared for, like, always. And I feel like everybody should feel that way. Everyone should feel understood, or attempted to be understood, because a lot of people don't even get to sit down and try to get the chance to to try to understand another person. And it's like, if it could be only one person to understand you, that's just amazing.
Exactly.
And it's so, like, at least I was blessed with these two people right here. So I have those people who understand what I'm thinking and have all this stuff to talk about. But I know there are so many people who don't. And they're just, imagine sitting there with all these thoughts in your head, not knowing who to talk to or where to put them. Which is why we're here. Because imagine, but I'm so happy that I have you guys, because now I have people to talk to. And I hope that we can become those people for you.
For the people listening.
Exactly. And not even listening. I want it to feel like a conversation, like we're conversating with you.
So that being said, our DMs are open.
Yep.
We're soon, our ideas is to open these to guest hosts so that we can talk to people about their thoughts.
That'll be so cool. Like, have
someone
who's listening actually be in the call with us and talk to us, and that's like, that'll be so cool. And I feel like we can just make so many new friends, and like this community of people who are everyone maybe not understand. We're not gonna all see eye to eye all the time, but like people who are willing to understand, people who are willing to take a step back and see different perspectives, see different people's points. And that's what I think me and my cousins do very well. We don't always understand each other, but one thing we do always do is put ourselves in that person's shoes and see their idea and see their point. And if I have a counter to maybe something that Brianna says, I'll be like, yeah, Brianna, that's true, but what about this?
And then we always find out a solution or something like a loophole. And we are so willing to learn, because there are so many things that we don't know about. And if you have something to bring to the table and you're like, hey guys, so what does this make sense? And we're like, yes. And
if you disagree too, we want to hear about that also.
Exactly.
Please give us some more.
That's what I was saying, like the different perspectives, like we want that, like we feed off that, just us amongst ourselves. So it'd be amazing to have an extra person or two extra people or as many people as we can add in this call, because I know Zoom like has like
100 people.
It doesn't have a limit on how many people could be in the call. So that'd be really cool. And I think that that's our goal, and I hope and I know we will achieve it. We
manifesting it into existence.
This is
so that being said,
the question of the day is,
so what is it going to be? Remain still in your current thoughts, or force a change in your mind that can improve your now? Choose your heart. So for the last time, this is Brianna.
This is Genesis.
This is Desiree.
And you're tuning in to Outfacing Us Podcast. Bye.
Bye.